Value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Welcome back to the Weather Channel as we continue to track severe weather unfolding across the nation's midsection, particularly into the Mississippi Valley right now. I'm meteorologist Jackie Jarris. He's meteorologist Chris Warren, and we want to get right to the action because this has been a dangerous night with confirmed tornadoes already.
And the threat for more tornadoes lasting for a few or even several hours from right now as this overall system continues to push this way. Standing out to us, of course, is that PDS, particularly dangerous situation. Tends to be for the strong, long-lasting tornadoes, and of course the strong ones are more likely to do serious damage. Long-lasting, more likely or a better chance to hit something, unfortunately, just because it's on the ground longer, it's in progress longer.
And this is unfolding at night. This is going to continue into the overnight hours while people are sleeping. It's so important that you have ways to get alerted tonight while you're going to bed. I know nothing's happened yet in a place like Memphis or Paducah or even into Evansville, but it's coming, I assure you. And you look at this line and you can see it's really quite a solid line, nearly impossible to escape it, right? There's almost no breaks in this line where you would escape a storm altogether. There's a hole right there, but look at how it's trying to kind of fill in.
And it's like the whole line is spinning too. When you have each one of these warnings, these are kind of more like a train, like right behind one after the other. And this is more like a marching band, a line of the marching band, right? The trombone section maybe kind of going like this, almost next to each other side by side.
All right, let's update the St. Louis area right now because we had multiple tornado warnings that included downtown St. Louis. You can see everything now is on the east side, and I know we have a lot of kind of intersecting lines making this look messy and kind of hard to figure out, but basically everybody on the east side of St. Louis is under a warning right now, including you in Belleville, over towards Edwardsville, along the Interstate 70 corridor. So let's turn it over to velocity mode and let's just get rid of the boxes right now so we can actually talk about some of the threats that are going to be in the area. So we see a lot of Boeing, a lot of areas where we have some damaging winds here, down here, but also areas of rotation that look a little broader. You know, we're seeing some rotation in here near Belleville and maybe up here towards the Highland area, but overall I just see a lot of wind that could be over 60 miles per hour. Sometimes wind can be as damaging as tornadoes depending on the situation, especially if you're on a wooded lot. That can be of great concern, and wind potential could be over 80 in some spots yet tonight.
Right, so yeah, the overall system producing winds, the thunderstorms themselves producing winds and possibly tornadoes, which of course are the violent winds. And then there's the heavy rain and the potential for large hail. A little bit of a notch right there, Jackie, standing out to me.
The only one that stands out,
some nubs out there, but that was that's the one. And you know what? It always makes me think of just kind of like making a fist almost. You kind of see,
you can see it happening
right there. Yeah, and then right there too, another one. And that's another reason why there's the looping feature, right? You take several images, put them together. It's like the flip book. You can draw the little person doing something in the top corner, like, right? So same idea is you do that to kind of look at it and kind of see the trends, get a visual kind of feel, in a sense, pattern recognition of what's going on.
Right, so you can see that happening right up in here towards Highland. You can see that happening over towards Belleville into that area, and then Prairie du Long. There's obviously another area of rotation that we can see in those spots. So they're kind of clustering together a little bit more. And you were talking earlier about how some of those individual supercells that kind of take up all of the energy in the environment, while these now are sharing, and we still have a tornado threat. We also have a hail threat and a damaging wind threat, but I think more folks in here are going to be affected by damaging wind now based on what we're seeing on radar. But we're also very concerned what's been happening into southern Missouri, where we've actually had a tornado emergency that was underway in the Van Buren area. This is not the same one. Was it this one, Heather? This is this. There we go. All right, so there we go. So we still have an observed tag on it, but the emergency part of it is over, meaning we're still seeing rotation. It's probably in a little bit more of a rural area right now, and it's likely past Van Buren.
But it has a history of producing damage.
Right.
Right, so the damage associated with that one, and now there's a lot of spin we can see. But right in there, those colors are indicating winds that are going in opposite directions. And in rotating thunderstorms, we know that winds going in opposite directions, there's that spin, and it's a little bit tighter when those those strong winds are close to each other.
So Piedmont, you should be getting to your tornado safe place right along Highway 60. Hopefully nobody's out here on the roads tonight. There's multiple storms that keep going south of there. Little Rock now under a severe thunderstorm warning. There you can see those storms which are just off to the west. Now working in.
They all have signs. Right, so this is the reflectivity. So this is what the pattern of the raindrops look like. And I like to think of it as like a footprint in the mud, right? Did a raccoon make that? Was it a deer? So there's characteristics of the shape of the radar that gives you an idea of what's going on within the storm and around the storm. But a tornado possible, that's the main thing to know about that. With this, as it is approaching Little Rock right now.
I would treat it like a tornado warning. Whenever you have the tornado possible tag, means that rotation is broad but being detected in that storm. So it does look like the last couple of scans are a little bit weaker. Hopefully that's a dying storm, but I wouldn't take that to the bank. It's something we need to watch very closely.
And near Hardy as well, another tornado warning. This one an observed considerable threat with this tornado warning near Pocahontas.
All right, so that warning in effect until 10:45. Again, fast-moving storms that are moving northeast around 55 miles an hour.
Again, a whole line here, several tornado warnings, several severe thunderstorm warnings, and multiple threats tonight and into tomorrow. We'll do some timing, give you an idea of when to expect some of the worst of the weather coming up right here on the Weather Channel.
The noise can be deafening, but not here.
Hey, this is America's Morning Headquarters.
It's just cool that we're talking snow,
Isn't it?
I think it's great.
There's all sorts of things that are happening in the atmosphere.
Avoid the noise and take in the fresh air.
It has started.
America's Morning Headquarters, every morning on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 42 degrees under fair skies. Tonight, fog developing overnight, low 40. Winds light and variable. Saturday, a few showers early, then clouds lingering in the afternoon. High 57. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 30%. Saturday night, cloudy, low 51. Winds southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is not just a stop for allergy meds. This is a great price on what